What's going on, guys? MariK here, back with another Dragon Ball Super video. We're 2 weeks away from the release of Colossal Warfare, and Bandai has been kind enough to reveal to us the 8 promos that will be coming in the tournament packs. And some of them are a little underwhelming, some of them a lot of you are going to like. Let's go ahead and find out what they are. Up first, we have the only red card in the Tournament Pack 4 set, Burst Attack Son Gohan. He's a 3-cost, 15,000 power with critical, and when this card attacks, if you have 4 or less cards in your hand, draw 2 cards. He'll be pretty good in a couple different decks. The main one is going to be, of course, Gohan. For those of you who are running Gotenks, this would be another good card for Gotenks because it's kind of like the Dash Pack 2 Vegito, and it gives you those extra cards and kind of, doesn't hinder your hand advantage to play all those Gotenks cards via the fusion. And then lastly, you can play it in any Universe 7 deck because he's also Universe 7. He'll go great with the Piccolo in the starter deck that lets you search for any Universe 7 3 or less Gohan. So this will be pretty perfect. Honestly, I like it, and it's probably one of the better promo cards in my opinion. Next, we have the only blue tournament pack card this set, Merciful Minnow. He's a 2-cost, 10,000 power. When you play this card, if you have 4 or more energy, choose one of your opponent's battle cards and return it to its owner's hand. Really underwhelming since it has to have a 4 energy or more requirement. Unless you're just going to go to 4 energy and play him, and then play another one, and then, which would be kind of pointless. I mean, sure, you get to bounce 2 cards, but unless you already have something on the board, you're pushing for game. These guys are weak as shit. They're not doing anything. The extra combo power is really not worth it. Probably one of the worst cards in all of the tournament pack cards we've gotten. I don't see anybody running this, but if anybody can come up with some creative reason why this is a decent card to play, feel free to let me know because I really would be curious to find out. Then we've got the card I've been waiting for, King Piccolo Demon Lord. He's a 3-cost, 15,000 power with Bond 2, and when this card attacks, choose up to one of your other battle cards, and that card and this card gain 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. This card and the Nail would go perfectly together because then he's a 20,000 attacker, Nail's a 20,000 attacker that's going to let you draw a card. Neither one of them require a Namekian, they just require another battle card, so they go hand in hand. It's really nice. Him being a 3-cost sucks. If he was a 2-cost, it'd be so much better to be able to play him off Planet Namek, but 3 is not bad. The deck doesn't really have a lot of good 3-drops, so I could see you wanting to play him. I don't know how many of him I will play. Like, his ability's kind of nice, but it's kind of underwhelming compared to a lot of the other cards you could play with the Namekian support. Hopefully he at least looks good in foil, and who knows, I might take a couple of them. Then we have Ribery Transformation Complete. She's a 7-cost, 30,000 power. You EX evolve her for 1 green energy on a Ribery energy cost 5 or more. No discard, which sucks. Double strike, and when you play this card with Evolve by placing it on top of Maiden Squadron Leader Ribery, switch it to active mode. So you get to attack with Ribery, get her abilities off, EX Evolve, go back to active mode, and then get her ability that says, when this card attacks, choose up to 2 cards in your opponent's hand and place them in the drop area. No requirement. No requirement on which maidens you have out. Just attack and drop 2. Not a fan of it, especially considering you don't have to discard for it. Like 1 green energy, that's pretty generic for most EX Evolve cards, but you don't have to discard for it. Like, ew. Granted, not a lot of people play maidens, but I know at least 2 people who will be playing them and probably will want this card. If nothing else, just to spite me. Then we've got Source of Power Son Goku. He's the burn yourself for 2 yellow card that we've been missing since every other color in set 4 got one besides yellow. A lot of us knew this was going to be it. It was kind of obvious. He's a 3-cost, 15,000 power. Once per turn when he attacks, choose 2 cards in your life, add them to your hand. If you chose to add 1 or more, switch it to active mode and gains 5,000 power. So just like the others, he gets to switch. He gets to get a boost, he gets to add 2 cards to your hand. They all do something a little bit different, but all in all, it's the same card. He is a Goku's lineage card, so if you do swap for 3, you can play him that way. I might tech 1 or 2 of these. I don't think a full 4 of is necessary, especially since you have, you have so many other options, and honestly the 3-drop Gohan that just says, hey, I KO a card in rest mode. That to me is just better. Also, you could play the 3-drop yellow Bardock we got in place of this too. So I don't know. I mean, it's not a bad card. It gives you Self-Awakening, but I don't know that I would run 4 of these in Goku's lineage simply because he doesn't have the swap mechanic. Then we have Infinite Alertness Dispo. He's a 4-cost, 20,000 power with blocker. If there are 4 or more Universe 11 in your drop area, reduce the cost by 2, so he's a 2-drop 20k. That's not too bad. You have to have 4 in your drop area, but like I said, you can easily combo some of them away if you really needed to. At the end of your turn, switch it to active mode, so he gets to attack and be a blocker. So it kind of ensures that he'll also be around for a little bit to meet the requirement for the 10-drop Jiren. But other than that, it's kind of underwhelming. Like it'll be a good card for anybody playing Universe 11, but I don't think it'll be any type of meta defining or game breaking for sure. Then we've got Dark Temptation Toa. She's a 3-cost, 15,000 with Overwhelm 3. When you play this card using Overwhelm, if your leader card is green or yellow, choose one of your leader cards and it gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn, and your opponent chooses one card in the hand and places it in the drop area. So leader specific, it basically just says, I play this, you discard a card, and then my leader gets 5,000 depending on its color. Which, you already have Mira that makes your opponent discard when you play it, so this is a slightly better Mira if you're running green or yellow. Which, I mean, like, you run Mira in green because he's an android. So, I don't know. It seems underwhelming to me since it's very similar to a card we already have. And that 5,000 power really isn't going to make a whole lot of difference. Lastly, we have Supreme Kai of Time, Light's Guide. She's a 3-cost, 15,000, Overwhelm 3. When you play this card using Overwhelm, if your leader card's red or blue, choose one of your leaders against 5,000, and then you draw a card. So, again, another Overwhelm 3 card that just it gets you one card. It gets draw, gives the 5,000 power, but honestly, Time Patrol Trunks is infinitely better. The Supreme Kai of Time in the set, unless you look at the top 3 and add a battle card, is just better. Like, the 5,000 power really doesn't matter too much, and the fact that it restricts which leader you have, I don't know, it just doesn't seem worth playing to me. There's so much better Overwhelm cards that you could run. Yeah, like, drawing one card, it doesn't make much of a difference, but getting to look at a couple and choose which one you want, to me, that's just a much better play, and it's better usage of the drop area and your ability to Overwhelm for the turn. Alright, well that's going to do it for the tournament pack reveal for Colossal Warfare. If you guys like this video, or if you like any of the tournament pack cards that are coming out, make sure you hit that like button down below for us. You know, we appreciate the support. We appreciate all of our subscribers. We're just under 800, and we're getting ever closer to getting our partnership back, and I really appreciate how much you guys have been supporting us in this journey. Let me know which of the tournament pack cards you think are great, which ones you think aren't so great. Personally, I don't know. Not a lot of them are that overwhelming. I still think Set 2 had the overall the best promos we've gotten so far. But who knows? Things may change. Some of these cards might turn out to be ridiculously great. I do like the Gohan. I think the Gohan's the best one. As well as the King Piccolo. As much as I hate it, the Ribery is stupid good. But not a lot of people play Maidens, so it may not see a lot of play. But we're going to go ahead and get the frig out of here now. And so we'll see you guys in the next video.